I will be making some maple snickerdoodles. So these soft and chewy cookies are easy to make, and the maple syrup flavor gives a real sweet twist to that classic snickerdoodle recipe. And it makes these a total crowd pleaser. So this recipe I'll be presenting makes 2 dozen cookies. And we're going to need the following ingredients. 3/4 of a cup of butter, which is 1.5 sticks. I've been letting these sit out at room temperature, so they're a little soft. We have 3/4 of a cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I also have a 1/4 cup of pure maple syrup. We're gonna need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, an egg, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, and we're also going to need 1 teaspoon cinnamon, a teaspoon of cream of tartar, and a teaspoon of salt. So to start, we're going to cream our butter and our sugars together until it's light and fluffy. So let's get started. Helps when I plug this in. When that's nice and mixed, we're going to go ahead and add in our maple syrup, which is a 1/4 cup, along with our vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons. And we're going to beat in our egg as well. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, I've just finished mixing all of my wet ingredients together. Next, what we're going to do is, in a separate bowl, combine all of our dry ingredients, and then we're going to slowly incorporate them into our wet ingredients. So I already have my bowl with 2 1/4 cups all-purpose flour. And we also are going to need 2 teaspoons of baking soda. As well as some cinnamon. I'm going to give it that classic snickerdoodle taste. So we want 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. Which is perfect because that's about all I have had. All right, and then we also want 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar. And a half a teaspoon of salt. When I was a kid, I always wondered, why did we have to put salt in sweet things in those recipes? But it's really to balance out all that sugar. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mix our dry ingredients together, and now we're going to slowly incorporate them into our wet ingredients, which are very sticky right now because of all that syrup. Let's go ahead and get started with that, and I'll see you in a moment. All right, so we have everything mixed together. Now we're going to chill the dough in our refrigerator for about an hour. It's just gonna let it stiffen up a little because there's a lot of butter in there. So once we're done chilling, I will be back and we're gonna get these baked and ready to eat. So once your dough is finished chilling in the refrigerator, we're going to set our oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spray a baking sheet. Actually, I'm gonna do 2 with some cooking spray. All right, so what we can do now is, because you can't have a snickerdoodle without that cinnamon sugar, crispy, crunchy outside to them, is we're going to combine about a tablespoon of ground sugar and about a 1/4 cup of just regular granulated sugar. And we're gonna roll each of the cookies before they bake in this mixture. Now, I usually eyeball it, but for today, I'm gonna go ahead and measure everything. I got more cinnamon. All right, so again, this is about a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. And we're gonna throw in about a tablespoon of cinnamon and just mix that together. The cinnamon smells really good. And snickerdoodles can be made anytime. I've even made lemon snickerdoodles, but I like these maple ones. They just have that nice autumn feel now that we're getting some cool weather. All right, so here's my cinnamon sugar mix. So we are going to, should have had this ready. We're going to ball up our cookie dough and just drop it in there, roll it around. So it's nice and coated in that cinnamon sugar before we place it on our cookie sheet. Now, once I have my cookie sheet filled up, we are going to bake for 8 to 10 minutes or until the tops have cracked and the cookies are set. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna place these 2 inches apart on the baking sheet. And I'm going to be back to show you how these look once they are done baking. All right, I've just pulled these out of the oven, and aren't they lovely looking? They smell delicious. I'm just going to transfer them to a cooling rack and let them sit for a couple of minutes, cool off, and then we're going to enjoy them. Thank you so much for joining me for Library Kitchen. I hope you also enjoy some maple snickerdoodles and have a wonderful